Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Let's take off these nerdy glasses. Yes. Look kind of presentable. Look at how long my hair is. Yes. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the Big Bear Yoga and Ayurveda teacher training. The training is a Yoga Alliance certified teacher training program. It is through the Big Bear Yoga Studio in Big Bear Lake, California. It is ran by three main teachers, me, myself, and Lisa Ann and Annalisa Burns. And we do have additional teachers that come and teach specific topics, and it just depends on what the class is in need of, what type of teacher we call in. The program starts in November, and it runs for 5 months. We meet once a month, one weekend a month, 3 times. And then we meet for a 4-day intensive in Big Bear Lake. We always meet in Big Bear Lake, so we end up like having a total weekend together, like in a container, in a space. And we run through the program. And it's pretty, it's intimate. It is comprehensive. It is complex. It is thorough. It is community-based. And you'll learn a lot. Absolutely a lot. We start with Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. Actually, we start with Ayurveda before we even get into the Yoga Sutras, because it's important to know the foundation of Ayurveda. Ayurveda is the sister science to yoga, although I call it the parent science, because when you go to an Ayurvedic practitioner, they will give you yoga asana poses and breath work, meditation, pranayama, herbs, diet, depending on your body type and your element that is predominant in your body. And they guide you from there. And so the asanas that you learn are specifically to help pacify the doshas that are being accumulated in the body, which are the elements, the mancha, the pancha mahabhutas. And when you get to know yourself and your body type, then you can understand the characteristics that are prevalent to you, and you can balance them. And you can balance them with breath work, meditation, pranayama, asana, herbs, diet, mantra, mudra, lots of self-care. Included in the program is a 20-week dinacharya course. Dinacharya is self-care. So we learn Ayurvedic principles, 1 a week for 20 weeks online on Zoom every Wednesday for 1 hour. And then you practice that self-care modality for a week. So at the end of the 20 weeks, you have a practice of self-care that is based on Ayurveda that you have practiced and can put into place for the rest of your life, adding and subtracting when necessary based on the season and time. So let me tell you a little bit about myself, I guess. I fell into yoga literally. I was a graduate of FIDM, the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising here in Los Angeles, and I was working at one of the largest manufacturers of men's ties in the country. I ended up falling and incurred a herniated disc, and I was 28, so I didn't think anything was wrong. They told me it was a sprain, so I believed it. Went about my life, and 6 months later, I went for a walk for 15 minutes and I could no longer stand. My back wanted to give out. And I was concerned. I called the workers' comp people because I was still working every day, so I was still in touch with them. And I asked them if they could do an MRI for me because I wasn't sure what was going on. So they said yes. And that happened in January. My injury happened in January. I didn't get the MRI until October. And in October, the doctor saw the MRI and said, wow, this is a tremendous herniation for a man. It is in between my L4, L5, and it's protruding 4 to 5 millimeters. And what he said was that 2 out of 3 surgeons would want to do surgery in that moment, that day, schedule it. But they believed in doing therapy first. And so they recommended swimming, walking, and yoga. And at the time, there was no yoga where I lived in South LA. So I started swimming. I had a YMCA. They had a lap pool. I started swimming actively. I would swim 2 hours, backstroke 2 hours, because I did not want to end up in a wheelchair in my 40s. And so I became strong. And of course, through the magic of the universe and the divine, I ended up being invited to interview at a yoga and Ayurveda clinic in West LA. And I interviewed, got the job, and then started managing that yoga and Ayurveda clinic with no yoga knowledge, but tons of management experience. I've always been in management my whole life. And the teacher insisted that I take a class, and I was so nervous, to take a class. I sat in the back row and laid my mat out and huffed and puffed through my first yoga class because I couldn't lift my legs. I couldn't breathe right. Oh, it was just hilarious. That night I went home, and for the first time since I had my injury, I slept all night long. I went to sleep at 11 o'clock, and I woke up, and it was dawn, and I couldn't believe it. I looked at my clock, and it was 5 a.m, and I had not slept through the night since my injury because of the pain. And I got up out of bed without pain, and I was hooked. I did yoga every single day after that to make sure that my body would be strong. And that was in 2008. It is now 2024. I have birthed 3 children naturally, 4 children naturally. I have maintained my health. I can walk, I can swim, I can run, I can jump, I can skip, I can touch my toes still. I can stretch. I can do all of the things. I can still work. I can still do laundry. I can carry heavy loads. And all of that was possible because of yoga and because of Ayurveda. Because Ayurveda was the nutritional aspect that I was lacking as far as knowledge to teach me about how to properly care for my body and how to remove inflammation from my diet. Because inflammation is really what sits in your body for too long and becomes chronic. And then that becomes chronic pain, chronic inflammation, building and creating energy blocks and physical blocks that become dis-ease in the body. We naturally have an ease about our body. So anything that is not an us ease is a dis-ease in the body. And so I always tell people yoga and Ayurveda saved my life. When I started studying Ayurveda, and yoga, I didn't understand it. And it really was a complex system. But the first sutra that I was introduced to was ahimsa. So Patanjali says the first sutra is ahimsa, which is nonviolence, but it's not nonviolence. It's an awareness of how you deal with yourself and the world. It's the first moment that we're asked to look at ourselves. So as you start the yoga path and yoga and Ayurveda journey, immediately you're being asked to reflect and look at yourself. Where in your life are you self-harming or being violent with yourself, with others, in your thoughts, in your body, in your nutrition, in your activities, in your communing, in your sharing? And so the first one is ahimsa, non-violence. We should deal with life with sweetness. There should be a sweetness to life that we have. It should be a perspective of curiosity, a reflection of inviting life into us. Many, 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 many years, I was violent to myself. I used to have an alcoholism problem. I would drink to black out, not to get a buzz and not to have fun, but to black out. It was horrible. And it was because I didn't want to feel my feelings. I didn't want to sit in them and the discomfort and all of the thoughts that come with that. Because there's always the thoughts. And it was very challenging to move out of the way. It's taken quite a long time. And I definitely give it all to my teachers who have shared their wisdom with me so that I can share this wisdom with you, so that you can have ease in your life, so that you know how to handle yourself and deal with yourself and control yourself and be self-reliant, self-responsible, hold yourself accountable, be honest with yourself, be authentic, and understand that it's just you and you and you and you. Okay. Well, I just wanted to give a little intro about the Yoga and Teacher Training Program. It does go for 5 months. When you graduate, you will be, as long as you do meet all of the qualifications to pass, you will get Yoga Alliance certification for your 200-hour Yoga and Ayurveda teacher training, which will allow you then to teach at any studio of your choice, including the Big Bear Yoga Festival. All Big Bear Yoga and Ayurveda teachers are grandfathered in to teach at the Big Bear Yoga Festival. You are welcome to teach. Of course, you have to apply and you have to go through the process like all the other teachers. But if you want to teach and have done everything as expected, then you will be offered to come and teach at the Big Bear Yoga Festival for 2025. Graduation is May. Graduation is May. Technically, we're done in April, and graduation is at the Big Bear Yoga Festival in October 2025. We do a ceremony for you at the Big Bear Yoga Festival to congratulate you on your success. And we look forward to sharing this wisdom with you and growing this community. Please remember, we do have the Big Bear Yoga Festival this October 5th and 6th. If you do register for the program, you are automatically welcome to come to the festival. It is included with your membership or with your training. We want you to come and get experienced and dip your toes into the community as soon as you possibly can. No reason to wait until November. So please know that you are welcome to come to the Big Bear Yoga Festival once you register. Registration is quick and easy. We do take a deposit, $100 to enroll, and that gets you going. And we offer payment plans as well. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. If you're watching the replay, send me a DM. and or email me if you'd like. Email us, please. We are happy to share with you. And I just wanted to share this one thing because it has always made my heart soar. The reason that we bow down to our teachers in front of us and we pranam, we bow before and our head drops to the floor, is so that you can see all of the teachers that have come before us. Because we didn't get here on our own. We didn't arrive at these teachings on our own. We were led. We were chosen. You chose yourself to awaken and embrace this path. And so you have the ability to continue to choose over and over and over and decide. We need more yoga and Ayurveda teachers and people who can share this wisdom. So if you're interested, let us know. Registration is open and we start November 1st. DM us with any questions, and we are happy that you joined us. Thank you so much. Hope you have a wonderful evening, a wonderful day, wherever you are in the world. Hope to see you soon. Bye, guys.